langa in your ass. Next thing you know, the lead over there is corrupted. He in the shoes with them. You know what I'm saying? He over there fucking ripping like Papa that Duval here did. You know what I'm saying? Working with the French and all these different governments to come in and raid. You know what I'm saying? That side of Haiti. You know what I'm saying? He even did it when they separated and called it the Dominican Republic. That's Catholic. Portuguese or whatever on the other side. Of bastard children that they raped the black people that were there and caused that whole race that you call now the Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying, is no more than the bastard children of the Haitian. So they're really brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, in the South, mixed with Caucasoid. It is called Cunaria, as the general said. You know, DeSantis rips Biden for potential 450K payments to illegal immigrants. Same thing on the ballot. They don't care who you. They want you to vote for this redistricting. I say vote no on the 1, 3, and 4, and probably 5. You know what I'm saying? Vote no on most of those. Don't follow nobody with that bullshit. Because what happens with that is when he opens up the border, a lot of times these people have to do what they have to do to survive. So they'll have 20 people in one resident. You know what I'm saying? They'll have 20 people in a ranch. And they'll fill up all these homes with all these people coming over the border looking for homes. They have no right to vote right now just by living inside of a house that you call a resident. Biden ain't pulling no trick on me with that bullshit. So you need to vote no for the 1, 3, and 4. And like I said, maybe 5 or 6 too, you know what I mean? Because they're full of shit. They want to even redirect the districts and different things like that, the line and all this shit, so they could put more of the other people on that side that come over the border and give them help on that side to the point where they could have all these residents. I mean, you have if you come over here, you got, you know, they rent into their own kind and shit and piling them up in a ranch, and you got 10 people in this home, and then you got a whole neighborhood with over 10, 20 people in one home, and they all just got here. They'll all be able to vote. And that way they'll be able to keep the demon Democrats in power and out of running from the conviction in which they need. You know what I'm saying? But DeSantis is arguing that. You know what I'm saying? He's saying it's a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? And it is. Because when you look at they ain't doing none of that for us, we still broke. Getting low wages and high taxes and a whole bunch of needles in the ass and a whole bunch of bullshit. For years, war here, war there, everywhere, confusion in school, and all this killing and crime that they promote through hip-hop and the different people. We know who bought up 95% of the stocks of hip-hop. We know. That going back to Russell Simmons and them. We know who in there. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it begins with a C and a J. You know what I'm saying? And you up there telling them to sing this Luciferian shit and corrupt the minds of our children, you faggot. And then you put that shit on Jeffrey and all these different cartoons and these different puppet shit to teach our kids this fag shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's be one here. Ain't nobody got time with them with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all full of shit. You know what I'm saying? You're full of doo-doo. And you want everybody else to follow that lead. And we're not going to follow that lead. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to follow that lead. You know what I mean? You're full of shit. That's why DeSantis is all on your head about it. And I don't blame him, because you're not, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. You just invite anybody into our country just because your ass is on that line and you're on the run. You know what I'm saying? And they're hoping that they save you after you open up the border and say, oh, look, we saved you like as a contingency plan. If all don't work, all these people will vote for us because look at what we did. We opened up the border and make sure they could get on and here. You know, and they feel like, you know, they could come do anything. And, you know, say they have the land of opportunity when it should be over there as well. They shouldn't have to leave the land. They should be reconstructing and building it to a better state, except all that crime and shit that you allow these beasts over there in your country to mess up. Don't come with that bullshit. Florida Governor DeSantis rips President Biden. He rips President Biden over the board that the administration is considering paying $450,000 to illegal immigrants who were separated from their families at the border. I wish they'd do that for all the kids they kidnap and sex trafficking. Motherfucker. Huh? Pay their families all the 400 something million dollars. You know what I'm saying? Mark Zuckerberg should give back some of that money he got too, because he was nothing but a pedophilia highway that caused a lot of that in the first place. But they were doing it long before social media was even considered to be what it is today. You know what I'm saying? Immigrants who were separated from their families. You know what I'm saying? At the border. That was done by the demon Democrats. That's why they want to pay them back. Biden and Kamala and them did that. You got 100 days to get to the border. If you're trying to, extend coyotes and the cartels. And nobody saw nothing wrong with that. But when they rushed the border, now you want to talk. You should have been paying more attention to his speech, because I was talking to a lot of people telling them it's not good to do that. You see? Now they want to pay them, each family, $400 and something $1,000 million and shit. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. You need to do that for all the people that lost their lives trying to get across that border. That's who you need to pay. You know what I'm saying? And give back the people, their families, where you're separated. Because you told them Joe stinking creepy Biden and stinking screwball Kamala. You told them that. Now you try, and then put them in cages with paper in there, like how you put a dog in a cage with paper and shit, and took pictures of it and said that Trump did that. And you lied. Because Trump ain't did that. Trump took them out, that nasty ass looking thing. You look like something when you're raping somebody, how they like to cage you up and have you in a cage with a bunch of newspaper on the bottom in case you shit. You know what I'm saying? They did that and took pictures and then blamed back. This was a contingency plan to save their fucking ass from the bullshit that they were doing for 47 years. The nastiness. You know what I'm saying? Sacrificing the blood and all that. Ugh. Oh, woo! And now they got caught up in it. Now they want to change the game. And offer all the good cheese. We see what you're doing, but you ain't fooling me. And DeSantis has a right to speak up against that type of bullshit, because he know what you did. Now you want to pay him to be here, so now you're going to pay him. So when it comes time to vote in a couple more years or so, if the Republicans do take the House again, they'll say, "Oh yeah, but all the candidate has to do is come up once they find a legitimate, beautiful candidate of a demon to float across your mind frame. All you have to do is tell the Latino people in there, oh yeah, you remember when we opened up the border for you and we made sure we saved you from the coyotes and cartels and blah, 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 blah. And we even paid families $450,000. You know, we did this. The Democrats did this. This is the bullshit they run. Don't come with that garbage. You're just doing this to save your ass. The DeSantis need to rip them apart and take out a full attack on that. Thank you, DeSantis. Stay on your neck. Stop flim-flamming also. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got time with you and that. You know what I'm saying? Now we're looking at social media, people concerned about the plans to shut down the facial recognition. The bitch ain't only doing it because he got heat from all wherever he came from. The bitch been face recognition in people for years. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. People been putting their picture up on Facebook for how many years now? Now you're talking about eliminating face recognition and all that bullshit all of a sudden. You're garbage, Mark Zuckerberg, and I'm still on your neck. You need to clean your shit up. You're full of dill. And what you need to clean up is to allow people to have a voice in their community. While you're busy talking about face recognition, when people were putting their pictures and food and their boom boom and their bum bum and shaking and jiggling them fat ass cheeks up on women and shit, talking about Instagram and MySpace and all this different stuff, and you all of a sudden not only you worrying about the face recognition, we gonna do booty recognition next? You need to kill that pedophilia highway and start monitoring shit more and make sure that people have a voice and create a political channel within Facebook. Because you did all you did to help these motherfuckers keep us under this garbage. I'm still waiting to see a good deed by you, demon. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you do get good out of evil. That's very rare. That's very rare. So let's see what happens. Coming in with another.